Most gardeners think worms simply show up when soil is healthy, but that idea is actually backwards. Worms are not a random sign of good soil, they are workers responding to a very specific environment, and when that environment is wrong, they disappear. The biggest mistake gardeners make is assuming worms will move into any garden bed if organic matter is present. In reality, worms avoid most garden beds entirely because the soil is compacted, dry, or biologically inactive. The result is a garden that looks fine on the surface but struggles underneath. Plants grow slower, roots stay shallow, and the soil slowly loses its natural structure. When worms stay away, the entire soil system weakens. The truth is that worms behave more like livestock than wild animals. If the environment isn't comfortable, they simply leave. Compacted soil is one of the biggest reasons they disappear. When soil becomes hard, roots struggle to push through it, but worms have an even harder time. Worms breathe through their skin, and that requires moisture and oxygen moving through the soil. When beds are compacted from walking, heavy rain, or constant tilling, oxygen flow drops dramatically. The soil turns dense and tight, which means worms cannot move freely. Instead of tunneling and feeding, they migrate towards softer ground where organic material is easier to process. Many raised beds actually suffer from this problem because gardeners pack them too tightly with topsoil or compost mixes that collapse over time. Many gardeners solve this problem by actively building worm populations before expecting them to colonize garden beds. One of the easiest ways to do this is with a small indoor compost system, like the EPICA Countertop Compost Bin Kitchen. So, instead of throwing vegetable scraps into the trash, gardeners, collect things like coffee grounds, onion skins, fruit peels, and eggshells in a dedicated compost bin right on the kitchen counter. The EPICA bin is made from stainless steel and includes an activated charcoal filter in the lid that keeps everything completely odor-free, which means scraps can sit there for days without creating smells or attracting flies. That steady supply of food scraps becomes the foundation for building rich compost and worm castings that dramatically improve garden soil. And if you want to check out the exact bin used for collecting scraps before composting, the link is in the description. Those scraps eventually become one of the most powerful soil-building materials available to gardeners' worm castings. When worms process organic material, they produce castings packed with beneficial microbes, enzymes, and plant-available nutrients. Gardeners who consistently collect kitchen scraps using systems like the EPICA Countertop Compost Bin Kitchen end up producing steady amounts of this material. When castings are added to raised beds or garden soil, they act like a biological signal to wild worms already living in nearby soil. Worms detect food sources underground, and when castings and partially decomposed organic matter appear, they begin migrating toward that area. Over time, this creates a chain reaction where worm populations multiply rapidly inside the bed. Again, if you want to see the compost bin many gardeners use to collect scraps before composting, the link is in the description below. Dry soil is the second major reason worms ignore garden beds. Worms are extremely sensitive to moisture levels because their skin must stay damp in order to exchange oxygen. When soil dries out even slightly below optimal levels, worms move deeper underground or abandon the area entirely. This happens constantly in raised beds that are watered incorrectly. Many gardeners water heavily once or twice per week, thinking deep watering is enough. What actually happens is the top 6 inches of soil dry out between watering cycles. That's the exact zone where worms usually live and feed, so when it dries out, they disappear. The fix is not simply watering more often, it's creating soil that holds moisture properly. A good target for productive beds is soil that contains at least 20 to 30% organic matter. That organic material works like a sponge. Compost, leaf mold, aged manure, and worm castings all improve the soil's ability to retain water without becoming waterlogged. In a typical backyard raised bed measuring 4 by 8 feet, adding 2 inches of finished compost twice per year dramatically changes moisture retention. Within a few months, the soil begins holding water evenly instead of drying out in patches. Worms respond almost immediately to this change. Another reason worms avoid garden beds is the lack of continuous food. See, worms don't just eat soil, they feed primarily on decomposing organic matter and the microbial communities living inside it. When beds are kept perfectly tidy, with every leaf removed and every scrap cleared away, worms have nothing to eat. Ironically, the neatest gardens are often the least biologically active. Productive soil needs a steady stream of organic material entering the system. One simple method that works extremely well is trench composting directly inside the bed. A narrow trench about 6 inches deep can be dug between crop rows and filled with chopped vegetable scraps, coffee grounds, and shredded leaves. Covering that trench with soil creates an underground buffet for worms. Within days, microbial activity begins breaking down the material. Within weeks, worms begin moving into the area. By the time the next crop cycle begins, that trench becomes one of the most biologically active zones in the bed. Mulching also plays a major role in attracting worms. Bare soil heats up quickly and loses moisture rapidly. Both conditions push worms away. Covering beds with 2 to 3 inches of organic mulch changes the entire environment. Straw, shredded leaves, and partially composted plant material act as insulation, keeping the soil cooler and more stable. Worms thrive in these conditions because the mulch layer slowly decomposes and feeds soil microbes. That microbial activity is what worms ultimately seek. There's also a mistake, that gardeners often make with fertilizers without even realizing it, and it can actually drive worms away. Heavy applications of synthetic fertilizer salts might temporarily boost plant growth, but they often end up reducing soil biological activity. Worms are, extremely sensitive to salt concentrations in the soil. High levels of chemical fertilizer create conditions that are just uncomfortable for them. Over time, this leads to fewer worms and honestly, poorer soil structure. Organic nutrient sources like compost, worm castings, and slow-release amendments not only feed plants, but also support soil life. One of the fastest ways to build worm populations is by, combining several of these strategies at once. Start with consistent compost additions to increase organic matter. Maintain a mulch layer to help regulate temperature and moisture. Add worm castings periodically to introduce more microbial life. And, avoid compacting the bed by stepping on it or over-tilling. When these conditions are present, worms begin multiplying naturally. In many gardens, the transformation is, pretty dramatic. Beds that once showed almost no worm activity can start producing dozens of worms with every shovel of soil within just a single growing season. Their tunnels help improve drainage, their castings fertilize crops, and all their constant movement creates the kind of soil structure that roots can easily penetrate. The result is stronger plant growth, better moisture retention, and a garden that becomes easier to manage each year instead of harder. And hey, if you're serious about building soil that actually improves over time, make sure you join my email list as well. I share additional soil building strategies, compost experiments, and gardening techniques there that don't always make it into the videos. The link to join the email list is down in the description. Worms are not a mystery, and honestly, they're not random either. They simply respond to the conditions that gardeners create. When soil is compacted, dry, and biologically empty, worms just stay away. But when soil is loose, moist, and full of decomposing organic material, they arrive in huge numbers and start rebuilding the soil from the inside out. If this kind of practical soil building knowledge is the kind of gardening you believe in, make sure you subscribe to Hydrohaven and share this video with another gardener who wants better results from their soil. The healthiest gardens are built by understanding what happens underground, and once worms start doing the work for you, the entire garden becomes easier to grow season after season.